Today we're at Monroe & Associates, and they have been nice enough to let me try out their F-150 Lightning that has Ford's BlueCruise driver assist technology on it. So huge thank you to Monroe Live. Make sure you go subscribe to their YouTube if you have not already done so. Now, fun fact, this F-150 Lightning is the same one that was delivered directly to them from Jim Farley. So that's actually pretty cool. So if you don't know, I own a Tesla Model Y that has Tesla's full self-driving system on it, and that will do a lot of things for you off highway, and it will also do pretty much everything on the highway for you to an extent. This system doesn't do anything really off highway, but on highway, it can do lane keep, speed keep, and you do not have to have your hands on the wheel. It also can change lanes for you. It will suggest those lane changes, or you can just use the turn signal yourself and it will change lanes. You do need to confirm every lane change. It will not change them on its own, but it will ask you, and as soon as you touch the turn signal, this can change lanes. We're gonna test all that today and see how it compares to Tesla's system. Now, of course, you can compare BlueCruise and full self-driving. Maybe we compare Navigate on Autopilot, which is only Tesla's highway stack. But they're slightly different systems, I feel like, that are kind of geared towards slightly different customers. So I'm excited to try this system out because the number one advantage this has over Tesla's system is no hands are needed. Now, you still have to pay attention, you still have to look forward, but you can keep your hands off the wheel, and as long as you're paying attention, the F-150 will handle everything for you on the highway until it asks for help. All right, so quickly before we go out on this journey, let's check out the software here. So if you click the truck up there in the top left, you can go into Settings, and you actually do have some options here for the driver assist. So these are the settings we're using for the drive. Cruise control, if you open that up. A little delay sometimes, not gonna complain about it. Normal cruise control or adaptive cruise control, which is basically gonna be your BlueCruise. Lane centering, hands-free. Activation prompts, speed sign recognition, and then you can have tolerance here. So you can go up to 5 miles per hour over. I guess you can adjust this however you want if you want to be able to go more or less. But there, we'll keep that where the setting was. And if you go here, you can actually have descriptions of each of these. So lane centering with hands-free, which is basically BlueCruise. So a nice little graphic there. Lane centering with hands-free available while adaptive cruise control is on, provides steering support to help your vehicle centered in the lane, where on certain limited access highways, allows you to drive with your hands off the steering wheel as long as you pay attention to the road. So would you call this a level 2 or a level 3 system? Because your hands are off, but you're still paying attention. So that's what you get with BlueCruise. You have the symbol up there, a blue steering wheel. It says hands-free on it. Activation prompts notifies you when BlueCruise is available. That's great. We want those, although I didn't really notice them. And speed sign recognition. Automatically adjust your set vehicle speed to the posted speed limit and selected tolerances. So you actually can tell it to ignore speed signs if you want to do a lot of speeding. That's great. Adaptive cruise control, your vehicle will automatically maintain distance to vehicle ahead based on your set speed and distance gap setting. So of course that's all customizable. And then normal cruise control will just automatically maintain your set speed. I will say, not for me anymore, but I know some people really want normal cruise control in their Teslas. They want to just use that without adaptive, but Tesla does not offer a normal cruise control setting. So if you switch to this, you get rid of all of those things, and it's mad at me for that. I don't know, but we'll switch it back. And it's not mad at me anymore. Okay, very nice. Cross-traffic alert, another thing Tesla is currently lacking to an extent. When in reverse alerts, you have vehicles approaching from the side. So this uses side-facing radars that Tesla does not have. Now, if Tesla's cameras can see a car approaching you, it can sound alarms. If it's driving, it can try to avoid them, but it does not have side-facing radar. So a lot of people complain about Tesla's visibility when backing out of a parking spot. Reverse brake assist. When in reverse, this feature mitigates collisions by braking automatically. Tesla does have this feature. They have saved many collisions by applying the brake when the human was trying to accelerate into something. And Ford has that as well, to an extent. Now, before we dive into Ford's BlueCruise, let's take a moment to talk about something that's probably even more important: navigating our health journey. That's where our sponsor Ritual comes in. When it comes to diet, not all of us are on autopilot. Ritual is your co-pilot for health, helping you fill those nutritional gaps with 2 easy-to-swallow capsules that deliver 10 essential nutrients. Just as I trust Tesla and Ford's tech, I trust Ritual. When my wife was pregnant with our daughter, the only prenatal vitamins she wanted to take were from Ritual, so I was excited when they reached reached out. I appreciate Ritual's transparency. They allow you to track each ingredient's journey from source to capsule. Plus, they're eco-friendly just like our favorite electric vehicles, using 100% recycled materials in their packaging. Ritual is the multivitamin reimagined. Their Essential for Men provides 10 high-quality nutrients that are often missing from our diets, and they've designed it to be user-friendly, a delayed release capsule that's gentle and a mint tab in each bottle for our fresh smell. Ritual isn't just for men, they cater to everyone. Women, those over 50, prenatal, postnatal, and even teens. They're also vegan-friendly, non-GMO, gluten-free, allergen-free, and sugar-free. And also check out their Essential Protein and new Symbiotic range. Getting Ritual is as easy as charging your electric car. They deliver straight to your door every month, no extra charges, no strings attached. Why not take the driver's seat of your health journey today? Ritual is offering 30% off your first month. Scan the QR code on my screen or use my link below and use the code DirtyTesla30 to save 30% off at checkout. All right, so thankfully we're now in the car. It is so hot outside, it's like 90 degrees out, and the air conditioning in here is nice. I will say, first impressions, I've never been in a Lightning. It's pretty roomy in here and pretty nice. Now this is mostly a truck. Gotta lift up the little shifter here. This is a truck that was then molded to have a battery in it. And look at that surround camera, beautiful, something Tesla still does not have. Rather than a built up from the ground EV. So there are, you know, a few things that are a little kind of when you're kind of looking for those, I don't know, kind of like sophistications of an EV and things that were tailored to make things a little more like efficient and smooth. But overall, wow, it's super quiet and smooth as I say that. It feels really good. For your safety, some features have been disabled while your vehicle is in motion. Okay, that's fine. So I will say, we checked out the version number here on BlueCruise, and so I'll put that up on the screen for you. I don't know exactly which number is the most important, but that's the version of BlueCruise this video is being made with. I hopped in the car with Eric and we checked it out, and he said that they tried to update everything and it was all good. Okay, I don't care. And it didn't need any updates. He left, I hopped back in the car and it asked me to update it. So I don't know if that update was gonna bring anything to BlueCruise or not. And it's like a half hour to update the car, so I don't really have time to do that right now. But just so you know, there may be an update if we see something weird, but overall this system is supposed to be pretty, working pretty well at this point. All right, so we have a charge point station here. I'm gonna go to that one.
Traffic laws. Be alert and use voice commands while driving.
Oh, all right, use voice commands while driving. All right, so this should take us onto the highway. And when we get on the highway,
be in the right lane, then make a slight right turn.
That is when you can use BlueCruise. So be in the right lane. That looks really good. Now, as we're going, I'll let you know, if you can see here, this is kind of the driver monitoring. It looks at your eyes as you are driving to make sure you're paying attention. And I missed my right turn because I'm talking. So let's see how it reroutes. Let's see how quickly it'll do that for us. Boom, real fast. And, oh no, I gotta turn around. All right, hold on. So as we go out for this drive, I just wanna jump in and say, I didn't set out to really compare these two systems. For whatever reason, I thought Ford's BlueCruise was just gonna be something, you know, you hop on the highway and you turn it on and it just drives you and you can take your hands off the wheel and you stare straight ahead. But I ended up not being able to help myself in comparing these two systems. And I was also surprised how comparable they really are. Now, I know I said that I didn't check any tutorials or anything for BlueCruise, but I did check them after I made that video and they were really no help. I watched a couple. One was officially from Ford, one was like a user review or something, and there was really no additional information that I gained from those videos that would have helped me on that day. You press the button and you turn it on when it's available, and that's it. Sometimes it turns off, Ford said, if the lane lines are gone or if there's snow or something like that. But you'll see my experience with it turning off was very weird. I did have it disabled at certain points, and I still don't know why it wasn't enabled, and I don't know why I couldn't turn it back on, but maybe you'll see something in the video that hints you to that. So let's get out and see how it does. We're on the highway and it says something's ready here, and we're just gonna click set. So we are double click set. Oh, there you go, it's this one. BlueCruise on, watch the road, be prepared to resume control. Okay, I'll click okay, and there you go. So this is BlueCruise, hands-free. It says on the display there, hands-free. They're advertising you do not need your hands on this. You do need to pay attention though. So if I cover my eyes, I don't actually want to cover them. Wow, we're drifting over to the left a little bit, and it's letting me cover my eyes. I don't know why it's okay with that. I can still see like through my fingers. I shouldn't get yelled at here. There you go, watch the road, okay? Obvious noise, could be a tiny bit louder, but very obvious that it wanted me to watch the road. So after this car, well, let's do it. As that car's there, I put on the turn signal. It waits for that car to move. And is it gonna change lanes for me? So I did a very small, it wants me to exit here, that might be why. I did a very small amount of research on this before I tapped the brake, so I took over. Before I did this drive, because I was kind of approaching this as like more of a normal consumer, how somebody would kind of approach the car if they had never, you know, they're not a huge nerd, they're watching a bunch of YouTube videos about it or something. So enabling it was very intuitive, right there. Click it again, there, double click, and we're on BlueCruise. It's showing us the car in front of us. The graphics look pretty decent. And so, from my understanding, it should do lane changes for you, but maybe only if it needs to do the lane change for an exit or something. So let's try it again. So we're going 76 here. I set that. Is it going to slow us down? Nope. It says the speed limit is 70. It's got a little green box around that speed limit there. Maybe I can try to get a picture of that for you so you can see it a little more up close. This is what that display looks like. So now it's actually blinking that 70 at me, telling me I need that. So it wants to change lanes. So there's somebody in our blind spot. Let me wait till they get next to us here. So it sees the blind spot camera. I have the turn signal on. It's waiting for them to move. Ooh, it changed lanes a tiny bit close, but there you go. Sorry, I should take my hand off the wheel. Oh, it's going all the way. It's going all the way. Okay, it's not on BlueCruise. What the heck? Why would you not tell me you're not on BlueCruise? Oh my goodness, that was weird. Driver assistance. So is it doing speed? Okay, are you doing nothing? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly sure what mode it's in right now. So, okay, now it's off. Now it's on. Oh my goodness. So I think this is probably just the lane keep. This is hands-free. We're on BlueCruise again, and the freeway is gonna end. So let's see how it handles that. Now I'm really watching here to see what it does to tell me that it's done. So we have a person here. All good. Okay, it says hands-free. Like it should be hands-free. It's taking the curve really well. So that was kind of a meme back in the day, saying, oh, keep hands on steering wheel. There's no chime. Shouldn't you be making a noise when, so am I controlling? Okay, it's doing just lane keep right now. It's doing like lane keep assist, but I'm steering. And it's still doing speed control. I'm not touching the pedals. Oh boy. There, so I just turned it off and now I'm driving. Acceleration is very nice. Let's see if we can get an alarm at us if I accelerate at this truck. No, it does not care. If I did that in my Tesla, it would be screaming at me to stay away from the vehicle in front of me. So, as if we can turn it back on now. We're not technically on the highway yet, but we're about to be. So this is adaptive cruise control. Now it's nothing. So yeah, we're not on the highway yet, but as soon as we get on the highway, we should be able to turn this on. All right, so this is the highway. Let's double click here, hands-free. Let's see how it handles this. It's telling me it's, I don't know, gonna do something. Turn ahead. So there's not really a turn up here. The road actually just kind of diverges. So if we do not change lanes at all, we'll be going in the correct direction. So let's see if it'll just continue on here for us. Yep, keep hands on steering wheel. I really need a chime there, that's crazy. But you can see, okay, now there's the chime because I didn't take over. A little late in my opinion, but not the end of the world. You can see, we stayed in this lane, this is still where we need to go. So can it do this part? No. Now because we're on an interchange and we're going from one highway to the other, it cannot do interchanges. So it basically handed me back control to do this part, even though, again, we didn't have to change lanes or anything. We could have just continued on this lane. Now, it probably won't let me re-enable it until we get back on the highway here. Okay, so I think we're done with the exit. There you go, hands-free. So, there you go, hands-free. Now, this lane is widening. Hey, it's doing a better job than Tesla does. When you're in a Tesla and it's on auto steer and the lane widens like this, the Tesla's like, zoop, oh, keep hands on steering wheel. Okay, never mind. I was complimenting it and then it gave up. I have a problem. Every time I compliment these systems, they start screwing up on me. They're like, haha, we'll show you. All right, so I did that lane change manually. We're gonna turn this back on and we're gonna get a lane change out of it. Gosh darn it. Hands-free, hands-free. So there's somebody in the lane next to us, but there's room. So I'm gonna click that turn signal and it's not gonna change lanes. The person's waiting for us. I'm gonna turn that back off. So it appears to me that lane changes are only for when it asks, when it says, hey, you need to change lanes for your, you have an exit coming up or something, then the system will change lanes. Once this guy's out of the way, I'll try one more time. Now this truck's gonna change lanes too. So yeah, we're not getting a lane change here even though I'm telling it to change lanes. It's speeding up to my set speed of 75. So I would love to get out of this lane, but this is something now I have to do. So if I turn the turn signal on, let me see, and I steer. So I just took over. There is zero resistance in the wheel when I did that. In a Tesla, when you go to steer, oh, hands-free again. I didn't even re-engage the system. Interesting. So in a Tesla, when you go to steer, you have to kind of take control of the wheel. It has a little bit of resistance in it. It's very minimal, but there's a little resistance. In this, I made the lane change. There was zero resistance, and without me touching anything, it put hands-free back on. So I'm going to try that one more time. Except everybody's flying here. All right, so I'm gonna change lanes. It does not say hands-free, so I'm doing the lane change. I hope you can see that in the left there. Turn the turn signal off, and if I let go, there, it just like puts it back. That's cool. It's kind of weird. I think there's a bit of a learning curve, but once you get that down, I feel like the system is very nice. Everything has been super smooth. In this little bit of driving so far, there's been no phantom braking. Let me make sure. All right, we're still recording here. I didn't get yelled at. I don't have my hands on the wheel. So let's just chill. Let me stop messing with it here. I'm gonna move over one. So I just simply do that, turn the turn signal off, and then what if I just let go? So it drifted a little bit, and then it took over. So let me just kind of chill in this lane, let it do its driving thing, and see how it performs when I'm not kind of screwing around with it. Now, I will say, I actually like this a lot. I like that I can take my hands off the wheel, and Elon Musk has said multiple times that Tesla, sorry if it's annoying for me to keep comparing this to Tesla, but that's what I'm going to do here. They're going to get rid of the nag. He's been saying that for, I mean, probably 6 months at this point, and it's still there. They have an in-cabin camera. In my opinion, well, I should say I don't think it's as sophisticated as this one, but I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that this can see through glasses, whereas with Teslas, if you have glasses on, it just looks at your head rather than your eyes. So I'm gonna get my phone out here, which we have a new law in Michigan, so this is really dangerous, but just for demonstration purposes, if I put my phone here, I'm still looking forward at the road. There, watch the road. So if I put my phone down, it immediately stops alarming at me, stops telling me what to do. So you got a few seconds there to shoot off. I wonder if I can shoot off a text while this is going. So I got my phone here. This is extremely dangerous. Don't do this. It's not yelling at me. Hello. Send. Put it down. Blam. So as far as this system is concerned, if you can type your text fast enough, you're good to go, like text away. That's very illegal and not I didn't actually hit send, so it's very illegal and not recommended, but you technically can do it. So we're getting into some traffic here, and this is another spot where something like BlueCruise is just going to be so nice because everyone's this 4th of July weekend. People are all going up north to go. Oh my gosh, it's going to take me so long to get home. You see it on the map there, the backup. This is where something like BlueCruise is going to be so nice. So I want to see how it handles stop and go. Now, there are complaints sometimes with Tesla system with stop and go. For me, for the most part, hopefully that camera's not too annoying. The stop and go performance is not terrible. Sometimes the car's a little jerky when you get down to these like sub 10 mile per hour speeds, but for the most part, it works very well for me. Every once in a while, it'll kind of like be weird, nothing dangerous, but it'll be like, okay, are you confused or what? But this is handling beautifully. The curve in the road. This is actually, oh, keep hands on the wheel. Okay, never mind. I take it back.
I think it was at 1. Lane change possible now. So now it asked me to put my hands on the steering wheel. So I actually have to put my hands on the steering wheel here. Now, I believe this is what happened the last time we had it here.
It's confused. Can I turn it back on? Nope, I'm trying to turn it on here. It has the blue steering wheel there telling me it's ready. No. So it doesn't like this. Okay. Well, this would be really nice to use BlueCruise right now, but now I have to steer. Why won't you let me turn it on? I guess the curve in the road is too curvy. No, I'm totally kidding. I don't know why. It's definitely not ready for me right now though. Wants me to change lanes here. So I guess I'll do that. Ooh, this thing is big. Can I fit in this gap? Oh my gosh, I'm not used to this huge truck. I guess I better get used to it though. It's about the same size as a Cybertruck. So now we're gonna get off the highway and I won't be able to use it. So let me get reoriented here and catch up with you in a minute. Now, when you're on a side road like this, of course, you cannot use BlueCruise. It is only meant for highways, and they have to be pre-mapped by Ford. All right, so on the on-ramp, 99% sure you can't use it here. It basically wants you to be on the highway, in the lane, and then it'll turn on sometimes, as we just saw. Let me floor it. Yeah, it feels pretty good. I don't want them to have to go charge it, though. It's not the most convenient thing to charge. Okay, so I will change lanes here. I'm on the highway. Now let me turn it on. Now I'm guessing when you're in a bend, not gonna let you turn it on. Unlike Tesla's Autopilot, sometimes in a bend, Autopilot will, kind of hold back on you for a second, but for the most part, it's gonna let you turn it on anywhere, whereas this is not. Now, turn on. I don't wanna drive. Okay, what if I change lanes here? Yeah, it's like finicky to a point, too much. Okay, so there's adaptive cruise control, and now there's the symbol. What are you doing? Man, it gave me the symbol, but it won't. There's a little, blue hand symbol up there. It won't let me engage it, though. Okay, so now it's hands-free. I was trying to get a picture. I don't know. That time I clicked the button one time, and it went into adaptive cruise control, and then it went into BlueCruise. Well, here's what I'll say. When BlueCruise is on, it seems to work really well. My main complaint is that when it turns off, it should be alarming at me that it's turning off. It needs a loud, audible warning to tell me, hey, I'm not steering anymore, it's your turn. Because, I don't know, that seems pretty nutty to me that they wouldn't put an audible warning. Luckily, this car does get over-the-air software updates, and I feel like that could be added via a software update. But as of now, it's not there. So we should be able to get one more lane change in here. It's gonna suggest any second. What if I just do this? There you go. So I did it too early, I guess, so I'm gonna do it again. Uh-oh, are you gonna miss the exit, buddy? Don't do it. Just gonna miss the exit. Alrighty. Oh boy. All right, well, I don't know why I didn't want to do a lane change that time. So overall, what's my impression? Well, again, I went into this thinking that Ford's BlueCruise was going to be something that was very simple to use, very capable when you can turn it on, again, in the approved zones. They have to pre-map all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And so I thought, hey, these are all pre-approved, pre-mapped zones. I should be able to turn it on and just chill there. And I'll admit, I was messing with the system just a bit to kind of see its capabilities, but I came away really surprised at how many problems I had with the system. I don't know why the lane changes weren't working, because according to Ford's video online, you should be able to just turn on the turn signal and it'll make a lane change, but all of them pretty much failed for me. I think I had one successful lane change with BlueCruise. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but again, from watching kind of Ford's demonstration on YouTube, I don't know what I would have changed when using the system to make it change lanes. I think where I was and what I was doing was appropriate. This really gave me a whole new appreciation for Tesla's system, because I was going into this thinking, hey, this system's a little more, it's restricted. It should be a little more polished is honestly what I was thinking. I thought BlueCruise was going to be a lot more polished in terms of, it doesn't have as many capabilities as Tesla, but that kind of holding back of capabilities, I thought the capabilities it did have would really be nailed, be super simple to use, and be really user-friendly. And it's just not the impression I got with that first drive. Now, of course, I'm used to Tesla, I'm used to Autopilot and full self-driving, and maybe some more time with BlueCruise would change my mind a little bit, but no time. I've let a lot of people drive my Tesla and try out Autopilot, and at no time were any of them confused by when they were able to turn it on or when it turned off due to the chimes that Autopilot or full self-driving have when it turns on or off. It's very obvious. On top of that, Ford BlueCruise has a really nice huge blue steering wheel to show you when BlueCruise is on, but I'm looking at the road. So even though that thing is huge, the one time it turned off and I didn't realize it had turned off because I don't look at the screen. So to not have an audible warning for me and let me almost drift all the way off the highway, I was really shocked by that. And I kept looking at the footage and being like, well, what did I do wrong here? I don't think I did anything wrong. All I did was turn the turn signal on and then it was off. It wasn't functioning anymore. So I'm interested to hear what you think down in the comments. I look forward to talking to you down there. Hope you enjoyed this one, and you will see me and probably not Ford BlueCruise unless someone wants to give me another chance in another video.